Hi, my name's Joe Madsen. Moved here when I was 10 from Lahaina, and been out here for about 30 years. But regardless of all that, I want to bring up a subject, and it may not be completely directly connected, but it is connected to the affected, obviously. So it's kind of interesting, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you look up and you Google how much aid we've received from the federal government, you get a number like 5.6 million. Is that incorrect at all? Does anyone have anything other than that?
I don't have anything that says that. I haven't Googled, but I think what we've been getting has been what they say is what we understand. So if that's
right.
what you're getting on Google, that's what it is.
So 5.6 million. That's it, and they say that's to be allocated to 2,000 households, and I'm not even sure that's the total amount that was affected. Probably doesn't include the businesses, but that's only $2,800 per household. And I think everyone here knows that's like a month or less here on Maui. So that's completely unacceptable from the federal government, and I know you folks are not directly responsible for that at all. And I actually want to make it note that you folks are people here on Maui, just like me, just like everyone that's testified, and that needs to be a prominent factor in all of our mentalities. We're all in this together, but $2,800 for each household is not nearly enough. When $95 million is being committed to the power grid, that would be $47,000 per household. That's something. We've been sending billions elsewhere as far as the federal government's concerned. And that's unacceptable in the sense of the response here on Maui. So something needs to happen there. Like a gap, like everyone says, a gap needs to be closed here somewhere. That aside, I would like to extend. I know that you guys have a daunting job. I know that it's impossible to keep up with everyone that's probably trying to communicate, all the ideas flying around. So, with a little bit of time I've left, is there certain subjects, certain ideas, or certain questions that you guys have for the community that we can get answered? Is there things that you're running into, roadblocks you're running into that the community can help with? And if there is, please tell me. I'm available. I'm fully able to volunteer. Luckily, my life has been relatively little affected, but please use me as a liaison, as anything. Because it's a rough scene. It's tough. I've been out there a few times. I delivered a couple of generators. I'm trying to get people air filters out there. I got an AC company connected with the tiny home community. I don't even know what's happening with the tiny home community at this point. I hope they're still full speed ahead. But yeah, whatever you folks need, I mean, you said reach out to you. We need you to reach out to us too. Like we need to know what needs to happen, what you guys need, And so please make that forthright.
Thank you for that offer of Mr. Madsen. And I think so. Did you give your contact information to our staff when you called in?
Any which way I can get it to you, I will give it to you. Okay. So how would you like it?
We can privately message you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have one question for you, Mr. Madsen, from member Gabe Johnson.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Madsen, for your testimony. I'm just going to give you some stuff by the numbers that came out today, September 13th. So FEMA and the U.S. SBA, Small Business Administration, they gave out $89.25 million in federal assistance so far. $22,832,000 in FEMA assistance approved for individuals and households, including $11,186,000 approved for housing assistance, $11,600,000 approved for other needs assistance, $66,250,000 SBA disaster loans approved for Maui homes, renters, and businesses. The island of Maui was designated for FEMA assistance, and 5,194 households have been approved for individual and household programs. So those are the by the numbers. Now you asked specifically, what can we do to help? I've been going out to the hubs as much as I can. I live on Lanai, but if you've been there, you might have seen me over there. I've been trying to kind of bridge the gap between a lot of misinformation that's going out there. FEMA is data-based, numbers-driven, right? So it's important that even if people don't want the FEMA services, that they register with FEMA so that the government knows how many people have been affected. Businesses might not want an SBA loan, but if you file for it and you register for it, it will open up more opportunities for you down the road. This is coming from advice from other members of victims of firefighters, the California wildfires. Those are coming from advice on those communities. Right now, they say 5,000 households are getting assistance by FEMA. I think there's way more households that have been affected. So we need to really educate people on that. So that's one thing you do is try to get folks out there to, even though they might not like FEMA, and I understand that to give them the data. The data is key because it's the feds. They operate off of data, and that's the language they speak. So I hope that answers some of your questions. Thank you so much.
That definitely helps. Thank you, Gabe. So a lot of those people have a little bit of trouble, even using technology, potentially, and some of them have connectivity issues.
So I just want to thank Mr. for giving some of those updates to you, Mr. Mattson, but we'd like to be able to continue on with our testimonies.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Let's get that information out to those people so we can get them the aid they need. Use me if you need to.
Yes.
Use what you got to do, but those people need assistance immediately.
Thank you.
Try to go to the Civic Center.
Thank you.
That's all.
Yeah, I was going to concur with Member Johnson. The Disaster Recovery Center at the Civic has it. Napili Park, there's folks from FEMA signing folks up to register. So it's almost at every hub in West Maui. The Gateway at Kahana has FEMA tents. And I think for the long-term housing through Red Cross, they'd like you to register for FEMA, but you don't need to be accepted.
Right.
As long as you register, they'll try and get an 18-month contract. And
Yes.
Also been speaking with lawyers if people try to get removed from the hotel without long-term housing, about filing like a emergency motion for injunction to stop our people from being further displaced.
Yes. Thank you for that information too. So members, is there anyone that has questions for our testifier? If not, we're going to say thank you, Mr. Mattson.